Good evening, everybody.
Yes!
It's the eModels show. It's emodels.co.uk. And happy Trafalgar Day to you all. I bet you don't even know what Trafalgar Day is, do you?
No, most people don't.
People are all shaking their heads now.
One of them historical things that, no, yeah.
Yeah, Ted, you got the countdown spot on, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Good
impressed.
girl.
Never mind.
And then someone ruined it by going, yes!
I was so proud.
Yeah, we're getting slick now. Yeah, just like ITN News, isn't it? 3, 2, 1, go. You're live. And tonight on News at 10.
We all have papers that we have to shuffle at the end. And
Yes.
Yeah.
We need like a little trim phone on the desk so we can go, hello, yes.
I've got it's up in the loft, the eModels hotline. It's up in the loft. I'll have to get it back down and put it on here, won't I?
you have hundreds of missed calls on it.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll have hundreds of missed Pete calls.
Yeah. It's Pete here, Ted. If you can hear me, I've got a prize to give away. Yeah.
Are you live? I'm watching you. Are you on?
Letter Rose.
Arrows.
Gaz Vickers mentioned it. Happy Trafalgar Day, Ted Wood, Lord Admiral Nelson. Yeah.
So that's Ted and Gaz that remember or know what Trafalgar Day is, but nobody else has got a clue. Ted told me, and I'm like, I've no idea.
Yeah. I said to people at work this morning. I said, "Good morning, happy Trafalgar Day. Have you done your have you done your duty?" What?
How do you observe Trafalgar Day then? Do you have to come to London and go to Trafalgar Square?
A tot of rum over the tot rum at lunchtime.
You have to jump in the boat and beat the French.
Anyway,
Too soon? I don't know.
Yeah, tot of rum. Then you paddle across the channel, beat some French, and then you paddle back again. So yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the eModels live stream. There's Ted, Chris, us,
And I.
Yeah, and I.
You always forget I, don't you?
Yeah, we're all here for a Monday night talking about anything you want to talk about, because don't forget, it's your show. We'll just take the lead from yourselves. We'll get the usual things, Billy and Bench, and the giveaways.
Oh, and Skype.
Yeah.
Hello, Pete.
It is. Yeah.
So everybody be aware. Everybody be aware. The boss man is watching. That could mean, who knows what.
Oh, is he? Oh
Does
dear.
that mean we might get sacked?
I don't mean for us being on best. I mean for the people watching.
Yeah, none of us have got the eModels tie on. So,
but no, I mean more for the people at home watching. You never know what happens when Pete's watching.
yeah.
Neither does he, because he's been on the gin all night. But there
I
you
was
go.
going to say neither do we.
I better open Skype on my phone now as well, aren't I?
I'll do me talking bit while you do that, Ted. Yes. Yeah.
Be back.
That's right. If you don't do it, because I'll just start getting text messages and phone calls.
Not logged on. It's not locked on me, is it?
No, it's not locked on.
Yeah.
I've got my phone ready.
Before
Calls me.
You're not going to mouth your password while you're typing it in, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of preparation's gone into it, isn't it?
Ted's there going PA5. No. Anyway, yes, this is your show. If you can see, there is. Oh, hang on, my earphone's gone funky. There is chat here on your telly screen. That's you lot talking. Not that's the words you're typing. Look at the words. Look at the words. That's your words. If you want to join in the live chat, if you're watching this and you can't see the live chat, you need to be on the YouTube page. So if you're watching this embedded in, say, the eModels website or somewhere else, if you want to join in the live chat, and you should do because it's awesome, you just click on the YouTube icon that's down here in the bottom right of the video player somewhere, underneath our beautiful visage. But not that beautiful. Visage, a good word, visage. But click on the YouTube icon and that will transport you magically to the YouTube page where you can see and join in the live chat. On some mobile devices, you may have to scroll down a bit because it might be under the video screen. It might be down there somewhere, but I don't know. But just watch us on the telly, much better. If you want to ask a question, make sure to put your comment in big fat capital letters so we have a chance of seeing it, because we are all very busy being pretty on telly, but we do have the chat in front of us. But we'll probably miss it. So put it in capitals. If you want to, you can use the super chat button, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your comment in a big coloured box, and we don't have any option then but to absolutely see your comment, because it goes ping like that, and it's a big coloured box, and it's always pink for some reason or gold. And that's how we'll know that you want to get hold of us. So there you go.
Oh.
DF45 in the Big Brother house. Ted, wake up.
Yeah.
Ted has a message from the governor.
Sorry,
Yeah, we were going back to Ted, but he's got a message now, so
Yeah,
he'll be
I'm
reading that for the next 5
now,
minutes.
Yeah.
Pete, are you distracting your staff? We're not staff. Hang on, wait.
Yes, just a message from Simon Payne. Hi, Simon. He's watching on his iPhone, so he can't join in chat. I think you can, though, can't you? If
you're using the official YouTube app, then you can. Yes.
Yeah. Good. So go on the YouTube app.
And we do look forward to all the autocorrect and spelling mistakes that you get from a poxy little iPhone keyboard.
Yeah. Right. What else do we do? Yeah, it's totally thrown me now. What else do we do?
I don't know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah. Well, might as well move over to Chris and see who's in then before before the list gets too long.
It's already very, very long. I can't. Yeah.
Hello.
Are you going to pick? Can you mute that?
Who is that?
I tell Fox to put his phone on silent, and mine's not.
Shall I text? No.
I can't put my phone on silent because I've got to be available in case Pete texts me because he can't get an answer from you on Skype because you're not logged in.
So you shouldn't have said that because now everyone's going to message you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, Dave's not in. Dave's not around, I think. Yeah.
That's right. I think I'm on Skype anyway, so you can always message me and I'll ignore it. So yeah. Right. In the chat today. Oh, I'm on top chat. Sorry. I wasn't.
Got around to live chat, so.
But then I popped out chat. So yeah, a lot of you are gone now.
Is it the indisputable top chat?
No. The first one in my live chat. It's quite convenient. It's quite convenient swapping to live chat because it gets rid of the whole lot from earlier on, so it's easier. Right, first one in the live chat, we have Lindsay saying hi to everyone that just came into chat. So obviously there were people before then, but if you were before that, sorry.
Linda's our good friend. Linda's our good friend from the US, but she rarely gets a chance to join in because she's always working on a Monday.
We have Gaz Vickers, Chancer NW is in. Wayne Hayward, Mark, Jamie Bone, Dad, one of your mods, Cynical Steve, Festa 67's workshop's in there as well, but he can use real words now because he's on this side.
Yeah.
Give
us some words, Colin.
What words?
Handles.
There you go. Good girl.
Mark Scopes, Eric Graham, Mark, he's just in. I don't know. It's just Mark. Michael Jackman, Robert, Spruglu's in, James Chapman, Donald McKenzie, Beck is in, Beck Storm, Rusting Customs Models, Sadster, Sergeant Bones.
Go.
No.
I thought you were pausing
then. No.
You have to give me some obvious signals because otherwise I'll just keep doing it.
But not yet. That wasn't it. Andrew Preston, Ash Collects, who used to be Ashley Sparrowhawk, but is now Ash Collects.
Oh, I like Sparrowhawk.
Well, it's confusing. That's what makes us think we get twice as many views, you see, because people
change their name halfway through.
Yeah.
We have LD, Graham's in, Osric, Ash Collects, I've said that already, Frogspawn, Christopher Ball, Plastic Alchemist is in. I haven't seen Skullfish, so he might not be in yet, or he might have been in earlier and not in now. But
I don't recognise the name Plastic Alchemist, so welcome. I think you might be a first-time commenter, maybe not a first-time viewer, but welcome. See, we're so good. We know all the names.
I've just had a message from Pete on Skype. It's just a hand waving at me.
Oh, no. See, I'm smart. I don't have Skype on my phone.
Snap.
Yeah, you'll get a text in a minute.
Pete says to me, "Have you got Skype?" No.
Fox's friend is in. Chris, it's just popped in.
Yeah, he's got.
Fox. Someone else is in chat.
Scarfish.
There we go.
If I could get close to the microphone, I'd do a close one, but I can't get close. I do like a jazz club Skullfish.
And Ash Collects has changed his name back to Ashley Sparrowhawk.
Yay!
Is this better, Fox? He says. Yes.
Sparrowhawk's awesome.
Did you do that easily?
Yeah, you just do a bit of typing in the thing. I think.
Don't play around with it, Ted. No.
Don't touch anything, Ted. Don't start pressing buttons.
Yes. Plastic Alchemist says thanks. Not the first time, but that's okay.
Okay.
Welcome back then.
Yes,
Matty's Metal Detecting South Wales is here.
We still haven't found out what his name is, who he is, where he is, or what he does. But there you go.
It's just a mystery.
We'll find out one day.
Oh, Dave is in. Butcher That Model's in.
Yay! The
He,
Phantom
he
Phoner
says,
may be in.
"Moo ha 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 ha." The Phantom Phoner may be in.
Dave, you've got no chance, mate, because Pete Mate does that job on this show. So.
And that's up to date. So I don't know what everyone's been saying. I haven't been reading the words. I've just been reading the names.
Yeah, people have remarked that they do know what Trafalgar Day is, and the way you celebrate it is by pickling an admiral. Spriggloo says Ted been to the barbers. Yeah, I've had another haircut.
Haircut.
Ted's had his ears lowered.
That's it. Yeah, well, at my age, it just falls out or goes grey. So, yeah, whatever.
Are your glasses looser now?
Yeah, I need to get a hat soon.
Yeah.
Oh, we should all get hats. Ted, if
are all four of us various stages of you losing your hair?
no, I'm just going backwards that way.
Yeah, I just use the shampoo now called Shoulders.
I'm growing mine out a bit because it's getting cold.
Yeah,
It's your winter coat.
And it went.
On that subject though, because obviously me and Colin are behatted, so that is our way that we behat. For me, it's because I've got like an entire cliff face there, which annoys me. But if you two had to wear, if we all wore hats, what hats would you wear? Now, Chris, I know you've got like a trillion.
I've got hundreds of baseball caps. I haven't got any within reach, but I have a few other choice of hats. But yes, no.
Would it be a baseball cap then? Or
No, that's not an indoors hat.
I've
got a American cowboy type hat that I wear on occasion indoors.
I've had a text.
You've had a text
saying hello. Who can that be from? Hi, Pete. So, and I've got another text.
I'm quite surprised I haven't got any hats to hand, actually, because I've got bags full of hats.
You've normally got hats, yeah.
So if you was in a Western movie, then would you be a black hat or a white hat?
I'd definitely be a white hat. I'm a good boy.
Would it be a 10-gallon hat, the big tall one?
Yeah, if you was, in a Western film, would you be a black hat bad guy or a white hat good guy?
Yeah, but I think I'd probably be a white hat guy.
I could see you as the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be the white hat guy, but I'd have to wear it'd have to be a grey hat with a black band, I think.
Anders is reminding Ted's got a helmet.
Yeah, I've got a few hats.
Skullfish says I should wear a fez.
Not like that.
Beckstorm says Ted should wear a top hat.
Okay, so what we need to do now is from now on, whereas we always get Colin to say fork handles or O's, if you would just oblige me for a second, Colin.
Fork handles and letter O's.
There you go. Chris, your phrase now needs to be glass, bottle, bottle, glass, glass, bottle, bottle, glass, bottle, glass, glass, bottle, bottle, glass.
Not like that.
If you're going to have a...
No, I'm not
in
going
the
to
proper Tommy Cooper voice.
Yeah. Spoon, glass, glass, spoon, spoon, jar, jar, spoon, spoon, jar.
No, I refuse.
One day I'm going to get you to say spoon, jar, jar, spoon.
You could do the whole Doctor Who thing just so that fezzes are cool.
I like dancing.
But,
I wouldn't wear a fez. So we're going to get you guys some hats.
Yeah, I think I needed a big naval hat.
That's the beauty, though, isn't it, of looking at old news footage and that, because hats were a thing. Whatever happened to everyone wearing hats?
Yeah, you
probably noticed, but
you look at the 1950s Cup final or something, and everybody's wearing a flat hat.
Yeah, no matter what, someone always had a hat on.
Yeah. I've just been asked if I can get Skype. Me and my big mouth. I'll sort it out, Pete. Yes, I'll get Skype.
Yeah, that's a good boy.
Oh, God. Yes, I will sort Skype for you, Pete. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've recently moved to Twitter, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Foxx should get Skype now.
Yes, we saw your
Yeah, I don't know how to use it, but
Education on Twitter.
Ted's the only person I've seen that joins Twitter, puts on Facebook, I've joined Twitter, and doesn't tell anybody his Twitter handle thing.
He just put, I'm on Twitter, it's at whatever, he's like, just put a link to it. And we're like,
Foxx has to type in, it's like, that'll be why I couldn't find it.
Although, to be fair though, to be fair to Ted, he did download the Twitter picture and put that up as a picture on the post. So he went to all the trouble of downloading the image.
It was a challenge to everybody go and find it. I thought it would be quite easy.
I'm on Twitter,
to think about.
where?
It is one of them, isn't it? Because it's like you say, it's another platform that you got to monitor, isn't it? And you're like,
Well, I think Twitter could be quite. I've never looked at Twitter. I think Twitter could be quite easy for me for all the rubbish that I put on.
Yeah, plus it's only 140 characters, so.
Yeah, I could just follow just general rubbish and tweet about general rubbish and look at the weather today sort of thing.
It's all about your hashtags, Ted. It's all about the hashtags. It's also all about the base.
Yeah, I haven't put any hashtags in yet because I don't know about hashtags yet.
You just put in a hashtag and then a word.
You've got to do hashtag bench, hashtag belly.
What if you do hashtag? Does that break the entire internet?
Probably
is that too much of an infinite loop?
Yeah. Cynical Steve says, I'm glad we've reverted back to nonsense. The last couple of weeks with proper modelling chat has been unnerving.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just we've had the threatening letters.
Yeah, we've all been to see our doctors and had our blood pressure checked because we was talking about modelling.
Yeah, Pete sent the HR people around to talk to us.
Yeah, via Skype. Lewis Williamson says,
by the way.
Very quickly, Lewis Williamson says, evening all can't stop long as on holidays. You just came on to rub it in. Hi, Lewis. Hope you're having a good time on your jollies. We're all jealous.
Christopher Ball's trying to throw us off track there. You see, what models is everybody making?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Just ignore him, he'll go away.
Zasta has a news flash. He says Twitter is 280 characters now.
Oh, God.
They must have made it twice as big.
Yeah, we've just made it twice as confusing for Ted now. It's not going to end well.
There was a limit?
Yeah, there was always a limit. That was the thing. That's why you used abbreviated words and things and stuff.
Ted's there saying, blah, 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 and the killer is...
James, yes, I got your email. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we can do anything with it this week. It's just that we need to upload the picture, so we'll try and do it next week if we remember.
Yes,
but we've got your picture.
Yes. Yes. Dave Cardboard says, "What's the fact of the day?"
I was going to say, what's the fact of the day, folks?
Hang on a minute. That's my bit. That's
Ted.
Yeah, Dave Cardboard, get out of here.
But you forgot.
Yeah, everybody blames me because I forget to do my fact of the day, but I depend on Ted for segues, and sometimes it just never. I sit at the window with my nose pressed against the glass, making a little pupkus mark, and the segue.
That's all right. Next week we'll make sure that Pete Mate just Skypes you and asks you what the fact of the day is.
I mean, I'm getting ready with "Stranger on the Shore" in the background just to feel all sad. My segue will never come.
So Foxx, do you have a fact of the day for us?
By golly, do I ever. Thank you, Ted, for your transparent and ninja-like skills for segueing there. Yes, I do have a fact of the day today. Now, I have to confess, if you've not seen this before, each week I have a mission to educate you heathens in the way of the most important subject there is, which is science, because obviously everything else is rubbish. But I looked for today's science fact, which is like a today in science, and they were all rubbish. They were all boring. They were like, there was yet another one about weights and measures, and we've done like 3 of them, and I'm like, I'm not reading about the French SI units again, because we've done that 3 times. So today we've got a bit of a different one. Today it's someone who died on this day. It's really cheerful.
Nelson.
Not Science Ted. Science Ted.
Why would that be, Ted?
Is that full Nelson or half Nelson? I don't know. Was he only half? Anyway, so yes, today, on this day, in 1967, Danish astronomer Einar Hertzsprung, probably made that a bit German, I think, died at the age of 94. He was an astronomer who classified types of stars by relating their surface temperature or colour to their absolute brightness. A few years later, Henry Russell illustrated this relationship graphically even, not geographically. You can't illustrate something geographically. Try drawing with the planet, it's not easy. He illustrated this relationship graphically in what is now known as the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, which has become fundamental to the study of stellar evolution. In 1913, he established the luminosity scale of the Cepheid variable stars. So there you go. On this day in 1967, Danish astronomer Einar Hertzsprung passed away. So Sorry to see you go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all the information about
sad.
stars.
Skullfish does say #fact of the day.
#fact of the day. So there you go. That's your science bit of learning to enrich and biggen your brain thinking gland. So there you go. You always learn something on this show, at least for a couple of minutes.
Factoid, mate.
Yeah, I prefer sciencey facts rather than somebody who dropped off the twig on this day a long time ago. But hey, there you go. Now, don't forget. Try and remember that. Some of that might be relevant to later on. It might not.
What was the name again?
His name was Danish astronomer Einar Hertzsprung. It might not be relevant at all, but you know.
And what year was it?
It was in the year 1967.
Yeah, a good vintage year, 1967.
Not for Einar Hertzsprung, not particularly.
How old was he?
He was 94.
So when was he born?
He was born 94 years earlier. Very well, thank you. So there you go. There's your science fact of the day.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's took the wind out of our sails, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for coming in, everyone.
Someone in chat earlier, who I can't see anymore, did say that your digger's going to look very good, Ted. Have you done any more of it this week?
No, is everybody pitching my script this week?
I'm trying to lighten the load for you.
Well, what have you been doing this week? Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with nothing to do at all.
Well, we'll leave you with the emails and the stickers.
I'm slowly getting pushed out. Like the 1 week.
You weren't here on time for the weekly before what we're going to do tonight meeting.
I'll tell you what you want to do, Ted. You want to get that phone and put it behind you, mate.
No, disassemble.
I probably think that next week you'll be on a different hangout, and I'll we'll do it gone.
No, we're not calling you Jolly Five just yet. No, disassemble.
The digger's been there since last week. I just haven't had the time to do it this week because one thing or another. But I've just booked some leave between now and after Telford, actually. So I'm hoping that between
like the whole time.
Return to work on the 14th of November. So between now and then, I will be putting in a fireplace in the house and building some of the digger.
Oh God, you've not been roped into more house DIY, have you?
Yeah, more house DIY.
Would it not have been easier just to buy a house that was absolutely spot on to what you wanted and required no amendments?
No, we can't do that. No.
Can we not do that?
So I'll spend next week digging out the fireplace, and then the following 2 weeks I'll be spending in hospital, no doubt.
You've got a digger, so yeah.
There is kind of a pattern you've established. So.
At least you'll have some rubble for the diorama, mate.
Yeah, I can build a digger and then dig it out with a digger.
Yeah, just make sure before you seal it all up, you just make sure you know where model making chicken is.
Yeah.
And the cat.
Because you know what chickens are like. We like trying to get into small spaces.
No, that's it. So yeah. So that's what I've been doing. What have you been doing then, Chris?
Me, I've done the foot.
I keep saying it's not a foot; it's 9 inches.
It's about 9.5.
That's what she said.
It is finished. The foot is completed. We have a final finished foot.
Ooh.
And it looks a bit like that.
Spoon jar, spoon jar.
It's a foot. It's a foot. The second video, the painting video, is scheduled, depending on where you are in the world, to go live tonight at 10:45. So after we finish,
hopefully,
about there, you might have to wait a little while, or you might have to
go back in time
to when it's live. But that will be live on the eModels channel. So on this channel, in fact, on this one here.
Yeah.
So yes, that shall be available for your viewing pleasure later this evening. And that's it. Right. That's the foot done now. There's only 2 parts of the video. It's done. So I'm going to have to find my next eModels build. I shall be keeping an eye out for now. I don't know. I've had a couple of ideas.
So if you have an idea for Chris's next eModel build in 1/44 scale, just email us.
Well, it might not be then. I've done 1/1 scale now, so you know anything goes.
Yeah, well, 1/1 scale is not going back now.
No going back. Well, I could go forward. I could do the 2.
1-to-1 Dora.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't call him Dora.
Yeah. No, I must admit, I've got the what's in store tonight, and one of those I do quite like the look of. So I might I might. I don't know. We might.
If
Wait
it's
and see.
if it's item number 3, you have to get it.
It might well be item number 3 actually. So
Item number 3, please.
item number 3 to your.
Now I have a question for you two guys that I need to ask you without saying anything.
What's that?
You know, there's 3 guys.
Yeah,
Three guys even. Yes. We have an announcement later on, but I forgot to load it up. Did one of you guys load it up? I don't want to say what it is out loud.
The other thing that we talked about before we went live.
The one with
Yes.
the one with Nino.
What you Skype him? You could Skype him.
If you had Skype, but
the one with a certain colour and an announcement and a.
yes, I have a picture of that.
Oh, jolly
for
good!
you,
I
yes.
can remember. Okay, cool.
James Chapman does say any news on the eModels Mug V3, and Pete Mate might still be watching. He might let us know.
Yeah. So Pete Mate, have we got any update on the eModels Mug V3? Yeah. Either the flyer one or the other ones. Let us know. Let Ted know because Chris.
Well, yeah, text.
Yeah, just message Ted. He's got Skype.
Or you could Twitter it.
You can tweet him.
Yeah, tweet it.
Oh, dear.
We do have a very important question.
Where's that one?
From Ashley Sparrowhawk. And I think he's probably like given his surname, maybe he's getting a bit of a nibble on here, but he says, what breed is model making chicken?
Oh, she's a brown chicken, just a brown.
What
brown.
breed is
the
she?
breed is brown. I've just had 3 messages from Pete.
Send it to Ted or Foxx, Chris.
It says, I'll try and get them in the right order. It says, yes, V3 is in the way, and then he says, on. So, yes, I think that means V3 is on the way.
Yay.
Yeah, good. We look forward to it. Particularly looking forward to the personalised ones and getting a Foxx.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We wanted personalised the graphics of us. I need that.
See,
Foxx hasn't got the me. So if you're still watching, Pete, mate, the little graphic of me. Can you send a copy of it onto me or Foxx or something? Because we want to put them in the little logo things.
Yes. Oh yes, yes. I don't have a good high resolution copy. For some reason, I deleted it. So Pete, mate, if you've
deleted me, I feel hurt.
I think you got put in a folder, and then we put baby in the corner, and then it went wrong. So Pete, mate, yes, if you got the high res cartoon of Chris, if you can forward it on to Chris. Please.
Yeah, I've got a message, Skype as well. Yeah, Mug Big Threes, I'm on it.
Oh, good. Yes, excellent.
Right. What we? Sorry, you were going to say Foxx, but Ashley Sparrowhawk, or we've
done that one.
He said, "What breed is model making chicken?" You said brown.
Brown. Yes. Yeah, she's brown. Yeah, that was.
She's a special way. It's called the fat brown chicken.
Yeah. That's it. When we went to the chicken shop, what chicken would you like?
Chicken shop.
Yeah, the brown one. Yeah.
The thing is, Ted, did you do what all British do? Did you walk into a shop that sells nothing but chicken and say, "Do you sell chicken?"
Yeah, I've got any chickens.
This always amused me, like when people phone up a takeaway and they phone up a pizza place. Can I order a pizza? Nah. Or they phone up a taxi company. Hi, can I order a cab? Probably.
Yeah.
We have some comments on my foot.
Oh.
Sergeant Bones says, "Wait, would that be a footnote in your model career?" Zadster's worried because his foot doesn't look like that.
Well, it probably does from a certain point of view.
They've
got little stickers on it.
On the inside bit, yeah, maybe. Lynn says, "Nice foot, Chris. Weathering is great. It's an old prehistoric foot." Paul de Tomaso says, "Any footnotes?" Yeah. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood says, "Evening all. That foot looks like an X-ray, Chris." Michael Jackman says, "What's a foot?" The funny looking thing on the end of your leg.
Ted's lost us in the chat.
I've got lost. I've totally lost because I pressed the button and it just jumps down. Never mind. Yep, that's it. I'm just picking up some of these. Are we going to get any videos of the fireplace work? I could well tweet it. Yeah.
Or you could do a build series.
Yeah. Sign up. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll tweet the fireplace build.
Yeah. He's got Twitter now. You see, he's
live tweets.
Yeah,
he's down with the kids on Twitter.
I'll tell you what, or it is the handler, I believe they call it, but I don't know it. Yeah.
Andrew Preston says, "Why doesn't Pete make a guest appearance? He might be in the chat. We don't know what name he uses in the chat. He might be there.
He might go all Mitt Romney and use like a super secret identity in the chat that you don't know.
He could be stealthily in the chat.
You know, like model store boss 4525 XOXO. Who could that be? It might be.
Not Pete, mate.
He'll just sign in as like, you know, he'll be like James. Somebody said, Rod Mac 95 says, I asked my local kebab shop and asked if they deliver. The guy said, no, just lamb and chicken.
Okay. Yeah. It just shows the quality of the jokes that we get in here, doesn't it?
Paul Horner says, foot build looks like endery.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Skullfish says, hashtag fireplace.
Hashtag fireplace gate.
Spruglu says it's definitely not me, and Anders says it's not me either. And Osric says I am not secretly Pete Mate. But that's what Pete Mate would say.
Yeah. Oh no, we've started this whole thing now. It's like the Cylons, isn't it? Who's the unknown Cylon now?
Everybody will sign in next week as Pete Mate.
We're blowing people out of the airlock before you know it. And all the while, Pete Mate will be there going, ha, ha.
It'll be easier for Chris, though, when you ask him who's in the chat, he'll just go, Pete Mate.
Pete Mate's in the chat, and Pete Mate, and Pete Mate, and Pete Mate. Apparently, I'm out of focus, but I'm not on my end.
It might need a refresh from me.
End.
Let me do a quick refresh. Everybody silence for a moment, and I will break everything. Hang on.
Guinness Rhode Island Red.
You can't talk when he goes away because it doesn't go anywhere, Ted.
Yeah.
That's when he said be quiet. You'd have to
when I do a refresh, your entire computer shuts down very quickly. All the electric stops.
You could say it again now, Ted.
You're back.
Sorry, I need to refresh and drag because I'm lagging behind. Model making chickens, Rhode Island Red, says Lynn. She's not actually Rhode Island Red. She's a brown chicken. That's what they're a hybrid. The ones you see in battery farms, things like that. But fuck on Lego, yeah.
Right. Modern working chickens battery operated, you say?
Yeah, battery operated.
Cool.
Yeah. I say, son. Anders Ericsson says, do you mind if we chat while you refresh, or do we have to be quiet as well?
No, I think everybody should be quiet and just sit quietly until you come back.
Everybody's fingers on lips, hands on desks, heads on desks. Anyway, yes, it only takes a brief moment to refresh. It's just because we're using the Hangout, and of course because we're streaming 35 different streams through one computer, it does go a bit glitchy every now and then. So if I refresh it,
thank you, Google.
Yes. Ashley Sparrowhawk has a Polish bantam.
I read that as Batman.
I read that as Batman as well.
You might need to see a doctor about that.
I was thinking, what's a Polish Batman?
Welcome to eModels' sister podcast, Chicken Talk.
Chicken Talk.
Oh dear.
I want a chicken.
Yeah,
I'm a bit peckish as well. Yeah,
I also want a cat dog and I also want a cat dog and an isopod.
They eat the slugs and they eat the spiders, so what could be better? And you can have it for Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, that's a point. Given that all the lowbrow nonsense newspapers are going on about slug invasions in the UK at the minute, has anybody else been getting slug invasions?
No.
We've been getting a few adventurers.
Well, I don't get the newspapers, so I don't know about it. So
we don't get slugs because I don't read the news. Sorry, Colin.
A bit slow, perhaps they're a bit sluggish.
Yeah, no, we've had a few. We go down in the morning and see there's been a bit of an adventure going on.
No.
Have you tried shutting your door at night?
Yeah, it doesn't make it. They still find a way in. They just blag their way through.
Slugs find a way.
Got a license. Can get in. I'm over 18. Yeah, so we tend to go down about 9:30 at night and be like, "There you are. You're going out now."
Yeah. Salt. Yeah.
Anders saying, are you talking about a living chicken or a KFC?
Yeah.
When you say I could do with a chicken.
Yeah, it's a bit disconcerting when you start having your KFC and the chickens start watching you.
That's true. Actually, I'll tell you what though, Ted, because obviously one day the sad day will come one day when model making chickens goes to the great
chicken
nest
coop in the sky.
That's the one, chicken coop in the sky. And it'll be a sad day, but you will have a choice then, burial or deep fry. Which way are you going to go?
Yeah, could be.
You could kill one bird with what? No, that doesn't really work.
No, it already dead.
Yeah. Could be one of them weekends when the chicken served on the table and the wife said, "Has anybody seen the chicken?"
Yeah.
No.
She'll be like, she'll be sorely missed, but it's a good like that. Or next chicken we get bigger legs.
Yeah, it'd be a bit tough though. She's a bit old now. She'd be a bit tough. Yeah.
We're actually, because we're bigging her up so much, you're gonna have to bring her on the stream again next week, I think.
Yeah. I'll spruce her up. Yeah. It's a bit.
Give her a. You don't brush chickens, do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You give them a good fuss. They like being fussed.
No, not fast. Brush. You don't have to comb them or anything, or.
Oh no.
Because it's feathers.
Yeah, you can bathe your chicken. You bathe it.
Gentlemen, bathe your chickens.
You have to tweet that as well.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
been known to have a bath.
the next witness.
So many bad things into my mind. It really does.
Next up in court was Mr. Ted Hawksworth, who was a witness for the prosecution. I was in my house bathing my chicken of the Sunday evening.
Yeah.
I heard the commotion from outside.
It's just that I've tried it before. I put a pan on the stove, get the pan boiling, then get the chicken.
You put in some carrots and no.
Chicken pan chicken.
I've had a potential message from Pete Mate about appearing on the show, but I'll read it to the guys later.
Oh dear. Dave Cardboard says, my mother once served up a chick which had strangely grown an extra pair of legs and big floppy ears.
Philly says, why doesn't Emu go fishing? He lost his rod.
No.
Now that's a Brit joke. That some of the some of our American and New Zealanders might.
Well, some of our newer readers.
Anybody who wasn't live in the 1980s or 70s won't get that. James Chapman says, next week on the eModel show, bathe your chickens with Ted.
Yeah. So not only do talk about food, we could prepare it, couldn't we? We could have
from cradle to grave, the complete chicken cookbook.
the great eModels Bake Off.
Oh yeah. Wait, can you bake chicken?
Oh dear.
Yes, I have a text from Pete Mate, and it says.
You said you were going to read it to us off air.
No, I'll read it now. It just says, me and James will do a live Monday night with you guys at the unit. Supermarket sweep.
James doesn't know he's working late that night.
Yeah, Pete, can't get out. The door's locked.
Yeah, I've got cameras. Phil Lewis says, why does low odour thinner stink? It does, but just not as bad as not low odour thinner.
Because it's low, not no.
Yeah.
Low,
I like that. Low, not no.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch it. We'll use that.
Yeah, that's like when I heard somebody say, so laid back, he's nearly laid out.
Did you want to do that announcement thing while I've got the window open?
Oh yeah, go on then.
Because
I shall lock it on you.
This is new to me. That I'll be.
Well, you weren't here for the pre-show meeting.
Yeah, just talk about the everybody.
It's all new to you, Ted.
Yeah. Well, you can do the talkie thing. I'll just be your window pointer.
Yeah. Well, I'll lock it on you when I'm ready for the picture.
Okay.
I'll lock it on me first. Right. Announcement time. If you remember, about 1 billion years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, we put a call out for video builders for eModels, and we like people to come along and do video builds and things like that. And we've had lots and lots of submissions. We don't always get a chance to respond to everybody because we get so many. It's not always possible for us to respond. So if you have submitted a demo video in the past and we haven't responded to you, don't be offended. It might just be that we've watched it and it might not be something that we're looking for right now, but we just haven't had a chance to get back to you. So if you hear back from us, it's usually to say you're in. But it's still open. We are, looking for people to actively do video builds for us. However, we have a new video builder who's coming to do a guest slot. Now, what we're going to start doing, because we did have a lot of requests, and there were some people who perhaps maybe we wouldn't want them to do a build permanently, or maybe we're not sure, or they might be like, well, we're interested, but we'd rather see how you get on first. So we're going to start doing guest builds. Some people will just take on straight away and say, yep, you're doing videos for us. Some people will do little guest builds. And we think it might give us a good way to give people a bit of experience, because there's a lot of people out there who want to help us out and join in and do video builds, but they've not really experienced doing it. So we want to kind of help them get that experience. So we're going to start doing guest builds. So the call out for video builders is still open. If you're interested in doing a video build for eModels, it's not a paid job. It's all voluntary. It's not paid. You have to give the model back at the end for the display cabinet, and I still miss my eagle. But we're still taking entries. So there is a video on the eModels YouTube channel. Go and find it and watch that, and that'll tell you what you need to do. However, we have a new guest builder coming along. We're going to give this person a chance to try a video build, see how they like it. Because it might be that when we take someone on, they might find it, they might not want to do it again. They might be like, I didn't enjoy doing that. So we're going to give people guest slots.
I got like that, but they just won't let me go.
Yeah.
You're like part of the furniture now, Ted.
It's like you're going nowhere now.
Yeah.
Part of the infantry. Yeah, Hasegawa model, Scalextric, Ted, Foxx. Yeah, we've got them.
You'll be on that shelf where it goes from F to E and then M.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's Ted's bit. So we are going to do some guest slots, and we're happy to announce our first guest builder, our first guest video build is going to be, Chris, if you would show the picture. It's going to be this particular specific model. Is going to be now the colour of that vehicle may give you a bit of a clue as to who our new guest builder is going to be. Because
is it on Chris?
It's locked on Chris, yes. Because what we're going to do is our first guest build series is going to be Mike Mountain, aka Dad. That's why you know it's Dad, because it's red. Everybody in chat saying Dad pla, red, Dad, it's Dad. Yes. So Mike Mountain, or Dad as everybody knows him, is going to do our first guest build. So welcome to Dad. We can't wait to see what you do with it. I can't wait because it's a Land Rover, and that's my favourite car in the world.
It looks like it's got lots of different variations of decals and stuff in it.
Yes, it's got French, and it's got German, I think, and Hampshire Fire Service. Yeah, I don't know where that's from. It's like Spanish or something. But yes, it's got it's the Series 3 Land Rover. Now I promised I wouldn't go on about Series 3 Land Rovers because I used to have one. I'm going to stop now because I'm getting misty eyed. Short wheelbase, yeah, not a long wheelbase like that one. So yeah, Dad's going to be building, and we call him Dad, so you're going to have to get used to calling him Dad. Dad's going to be building the long wheelbase Land Rover Series 3 fire truck from, is it Italeri? Oh yes, Italeri. Now I had a great time doing the transit van, so I can only imagine he's going to have a great time doing this lovely old Land Rover. So welcome to Dad. And like we said, we are always looking for new content providers. It's not paid, it's purely voluntary. eModels will provide you with the kit and the tools and stuff like that. You make it, you paint it, you film it. It goes on their channel. You can put it on your channel if you want. And you obviously then it needs to go back to them to go into their cabinets. But if you want to join us, like I say, there is a video on the eModels channel. I think it's in the news and updates playlist, or it might be on the front page. We are looking for people to submit little demo videos. You obviously need to have a YouTube channel. Yeah. Most people in the chat who are actually chatting do have a YouTube channel by default, so there you go. Yeah. But yes, have a look through the video. It'll tell you what we're looking for. If you need to, drop us an email, but we will need to see a demo video because we want to know what you like. It's tutorial videos, so if you're interested,
have a bit of a portfolio as well, so we can have a look at what you've done in the past and how you've done it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to turn you away if you've never done a video before and there's nothing on your channel. But it won't do you any harm if there's a whole body of work there and we think, oh yeah, we like what you do.
I'll stop sharing that. So if you were still locked on me, you can go.
No, I'm back now. So yeah, if you'd like to join in, give us a shout. We're not talking about joining us on this show. That's a whole different thing. This is just doing video builds because obviously there's 4 of us. There's 4 or 5 of us that do these, and the more people we can have doing video builds, the more content we can have coming on the channel. So if you're interested, have a look at the video, give us a shout, send us your stuff, and let us know what you can do.
Cool. Oh, apparently he might not do it in red. He might do it in blue. Apparently.
Heresy.
No. He's saying he's going to do it in red.
Blue fire engine. I don't think so. And like I said before, though, don't be offended if you send in a video and you don't hear from us. It just means we get a lot of applications and we can't respond. It's like sending a picture into the gallery on Take Heart. You don't always get a response. Yeah, we do look through all the videos.
Yeah, and we are unable to send you video.
Gallery and Take Heart.
Yeah. And don't think, again, if you don't hear from us, don't panic. It may just be that we've seen the video, we liked it, but we'll with some of the submissions we've had, we can see area for development. So we're carefully watching those people's channels to see how their content develops. But they've already got a body of content. Yeah. It might be that we're thinking you're almost there. Let's just see how you get on. So
goes in the pending tray.
Yeah, it goes in the penny train. We'll keep an eye. Once we know you exist and we know you've got a channel and we're watching your content, we'll keep watching your content. You might hear from us. It's just like leaving your business card with us. So there you go. So yes, we're looking forward to Dad doing that. Don't know when he'll be starting it yet. Might be a little while, but he's great.
He has got the kit now, though. It is in his possession. So
yes, he has the kit and the bits. So look forward to seeing that. There you go.
That's that then. What's next?
Don't know.
That's it. Yeah, good night.
We're just checking for messages from Pete. It's from the live show where we all just sit and see if Pete's getting in touch with us. Bless you, Pete. We love you to bits. Pete's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, where were we? Pete Rogers said the Queen's flight used to have blue fire engines, including a Range Rover. So, we joke about blue fire engines, but there you go.
Yes.
Right, where else? What else were we doing? Did we finish the round of what everybody was doing this week? Did we ask Colin what were you?
No, we didn't talk to them two. It was only us that did it.
I keep forgetting about Colin. He sits quietly in the corner.
Yeah. I'm just that bloke in the corner, mate.
Yeah, it's like when you go in a pub, innit? There's always a guy sat in the corner having a pint.
Yeah, I've been doing the. I don't know whether to say it. Shaguar, the Austin Powers build.
Yeah, we'll get you. It's in context. We'll let you get away with it.
Yeah, that's kind of the fun there, and that is on the boom hut. But it's just a little giggle I'm having because I lost me mojo for a bit. So yeah,
mojo.
I tell you what I saw the other day.
Our rap. So yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what I caught the other night. I for the very first ever time, and I know the film's been out for years and years. I caught Mad Max. I saw Mad Max the movie.
What, the first one?
Right, yeah.
I was thinking, them sort of vehicles are pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Can I make a confession that I've never actually watched Mad Max?
Ideas, isn't there, that you can have with them? So,
that could be potentially a future.
I've got some 3D STL files for the vehicles out of Mad Max Fury Road, and I'm tempted to have a go with them, add them to the one I'm doing with the truck.
Yeah.
But the Austin Powers decal wrap I've been doing, pretty much that.
Oh, we look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Right. Right. What's everybody else been doing this week? And we haven't done Billy and Bench yet, have we?
No.
So I think they did start it themselves further up, and then we drifted away.
I think they've already done it and finished it and moved on by
now. Yeah, it doesn't count unless we ask it.
Chat's just left behind, I think.
Oh, behave.
Everybody's pinching my script, so they've probably already done that.
So what's the question, Ted? What's the question? Go on, ask the question. Go on.
What's on the belly? What's what?
Spoon Jar Jar Spoon. Spoon Jar 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 Spoon.
Shall we come back in a minute and do that?
Yeah, let's spoil it all together. Yeah. Take two.
Make that 3 boiled eggs.
Yeah. What's on the bench and what's in your belly? Go.
There you go.
Go. As for me, tonight was Chinese because we were just too lazy and too late to eat. That's why I didn't get along for the pre-show chat. So we had a Chinese takeaway.
We don't mind if you want to eat while you're chatting to us. It's fine.
Yeah. You don't want to see me eating Chinese noodles.
I have me Sunday roast. Don't ask. But yeah, it was like, okay.
I did, a Chinese curry, Chinese made meal, but it was followed by homemade apple crumble, fruit crumbles. So.
Oh, yeah. Homemade apple crumble.
Been sat for a day as well, so all the juices had soaked into the crumble.
Nice.
Here's a question. If you took an apple crumble but you replaced all the apple and fruit with, like, say, beef, what would it be? What would it be?
Beef crumble.
Can you have a beef? Could you have a meat crumble, or would it just be like a pie? I don't know how it works.
It's not a pie though. It's crumble's different to pie.
Yeah,
because it's not an apple pie. That's different.
What's the crumble made out of?
Sugar, isn't it?
It's still like pastry type thing, but it's crumbled, isn't it?
I might have to experiment and do.
So you've been going up to the chef, going, "This pie is a bit crumbly."
Right, we have Sprue Glue, first of all, asking if Fox just said, did you just say Jar Jar spoons?
I said spoon jar. Space.
Yeah.
Pause. Jar spoon jar jar. Spoon space. Shut up.
Osric is also had Chinese chicken curry.
I misheard that. I thought he said Osric has hurt his. I'm like,
Has
wait.
had also Chinese chicken curry and a 1700 HMS Hood.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Right. Just very quickly, you might wonder what I'm doing. I am just actually had a little update.
Oh dear.
We have 2 giveaways tonight.
Oh,
An extra giveaway.
Or I think we have a giveaway, and I don't think Pete realised we had an existing giveaway. So
Don't tell him.
LB says he does a fish crumble, fish pie with a savoury crumble. Oh, that's
Ooh.
Have
Yes.
look at that.
Fish pie. Ingredients: fish and pie.
Pete Rogers says you can have a vegetable crumble.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sergeant Bones. Beans and wieners on toast. And an
Ooh.
overly engineered Mini Art T55 tank.
Is that going to be a tin of Heinz sausage and beans, basically?
No. He's been in the kitchen making it specially, no doubt. Sergeant Bones we're talking about. He lives in the kitchen.
Okay. Right, who are we up to? Is this the bench and belly?
Phil says he's got pepperoni pizza, and the bench is a desert diorama and figures. Yep.
Ooh. Oh, so it's not dessert diorama.
Mm.
I might be jumping a bit here, but I've just seen something that I have to instantly question. Phil Lewis says, I'll say what he's making first. Bench, Tamiya Panther D, just been painting up the tools, dry brushing with Vallejo steel. What's that paint, Ted?
A cone.
He wasn't listening.
No,
Yeah,
I was
what?
hoping you'd mispronounce it.
Oh, the Vallejo.
It's no good. He's getting good at the pronunciation now. It's not the same anymore.
It's no fun anymore.
But he says, for belly, he says, homemade lasagna soup.
I saw that. Yeah, Billy homemade.
What?
It's
Mind
running.
blown.
But
How do you do... this needs explanation.
would you have to make the lasagna and then put it through a blender or something?
Perhaps he had a lasagna accident and it was a bit runny.
No, I'm being told off. Pete Mate says he's not going to text me anymore until I get Skype while I'm on the show. I'm not going to text you anymore on the show.
Does that mean that me and Ted are just going to get lots of messages now?
Yeah, Ed, mate, you're in the doghouse because I haven't got Skype and neither has Fox.
Well, I was just going to suggest that Colin might need to get Skype as well.
What he could do, he could Skype me and I'll just text Fox.
Colin, you do realise, Colin, you've just said out loud with your face and words that you haven't got Skype.
Yeah, no.
There'll be a text on its way, don't worry.
I've only just managed to get Instagram. It's like,
That's all right. Pete will just send you all your messages in picture form now.
Yeah,
it's like,
I just wonder, can we group Skype?
That's
Don't
what Pete said.
ask that question.
That's what Pete said to me, so I can do a group chat with all of you.
Oh dear.
I've not long got my head round WhatsApp.
Anyways, yes, what is lasagna soup? The soup, even. I need to know. We need all the information, Phil Lewis. You can't just leave it at that.
Yeah, well, we'll go back up anyway.
Yes, wherever we were.
Donald McKenzie. Yeah, sounds like.
Pete says yes. I don't know what the question was.
Yeah,
but-
Sergeant offering cooking tips. I mean, Sergeant Bones makes Gordon Ramsay look like a burger flipper, doesn't he?
Pete says group Skype you sausages.
I think is he being asked what for dinner again?
I'm not sure. I don't want to know.
Did you make that public last time, Ted?
What?
We were talking away remember the show a couple of weeks ago. The viewers won't know this, when we were talking and Pete was talking to us all at the same time. And we came off the show and Ted said, I think at some point in the conversation, Mrs. Pete asked Pete what was for dinner because he said, "This is what we're giving away, blah blah blah, sausage."
That was it. Yeah.
Yes. So I think he got confused and sent me his dinner plan. You gotta love Pete to bits. Right, who's having what for their dinner then?
Where did we do last?
I've lost track
Yeah,
of
we're up to
everything now.
Donald McKenzie. Donald McKenzie says steak pie belly. Steak pie supper belly. Plastic skulls for daughter's Halloween costume bench. Oh, it's that time of year again, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Actually,
next week.
Alchemist has got good on there. Octopus with spuds on the
Ooh.
belly, and the bench is an X2 YF23.
Where are you getting these from, Colin?
Yeah, I think he's just making them up.
Chad,
Some audio
I
problems
don't know
on my end.
whereabouts you are. I've got Anders as next. Bench.
Yeah. Are
He's
you
got
on?
the,
Are you
the
on?
Panzer IV on hold. Daughter's room getting new wallpaper and paint. Belly feeling empty, but some fruit and salads as usual.
Ooh. Are you on live chat, Colin, or top
yeah,
chat?
I'm about 6 from the bottom. Is Plastic Alchemist, mate?
Oh, we're well above
I think,
that.
yeah, you've gone ahead a bit. I think.
The secret is to start from the top, not the bottom.
Oh, mate, I don't do scrolling up. That means touching that with me mouse, and it crashes everything.
he just wherever he is, that's wherever he lays his
where I
hat.
am.
That's his
Yeah,
head.
I hate pressing buttons.
Yeah.
I've just got this working.
Wayne Haywood says bench is final real grade Charles Zaku decals, belly sea bass with tomatoes, onion, and peppers and chips. Ooh, is it an ill-tempered sea bass?
Yeah, is it sharks with lasers?
Lasers from your freaking bone here.
Lynn's got Belly, PB and J,
Oh,
Dr Pepper, and chips on trips.
I think she means yes, crisps or
Crisps.
I think you're in crisps.
yes, that's right. Well, she
They're
gets
still like chips, but different. But yeah.
Yeah, the Americans, just don't know what things. There's crisps and there's chips. They're not the same.
Yeah, but see, they've not had the luxury of fish finger sandwiches, have they?
Salad cream.
Well, they have since Doctor Who came out.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Oh, fish finger sandwiches. Yeah, but you know what? You know what the thing is, right? I never went to university. I left school and got a job, so I never did the student food thing. So, first of all, I don't have like an unnatural lust for beans, but also I'm making up for it by whatever I have for my dinner. If I've got bread as well, it becomes a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And it's apart from like soup, which you can't
Yeah,
make a sandwich
crisp
out of.
sarnies and all.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah,
I bet you
curry.
could get Sunny soup on bread.
I have been known to stand in front of the fridge with 2 buttered slices of bread going, right, well, now what can I concoct to throw in this?
Oh yeah, I've done that. Have you ever got so bad as to be like, I've got bread and I've got some mushrooms? Yeah, that's gonna work.
It's, you tell yourself, you think, right, whatever's on the 3rd shelf in the fridge is going in between these slices of bread. And it's like 1 cucumber and 2 sausage rolls. It's like, I'll make a sandwich out of that.
It's called the eModels technique. You take the 3rd item, and that's what you eat.
You sit there, you're like, okay, I should have gone for the shelf below.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do get you do get some. It's like, you know, sometimes I'll be low on stuff, and I'll be like, I've got a curry and I've got some chips.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's curry and chip sandwiches. There you go, done.
Absolutely. But yeah, fish fingers and chop sauce, mate.
Yeah, so that's it. In future, I'll remember that. Next time the missus says, "What do you want for tea?" E-model it.
Yeah.
So
eModel it, 3rd item.
Yeah,
So you're having a jar of mayonnaise.
Instead of what's in store, it's what's in the bread.
What's in bread? No, that's wrong.
Where are we up to? Cynical Steve says bench is a space tanker. I think it's another one of his cobbled together builds. Belly was chicken mix, which was southern fried chicken strips and Louisiana chicken bites with barbecue beans and onion rings, followed by an Eton mess sundae. We ate out.
I'm wondering about the one a couple of higher than that with Dad, where he just says sugar, butter, and flour.
I think that's what the crumble's made of.
Oh right, I thought that was his bench and belly.
Today I'm eating sugar, butter, and flour.
You invite Dad to be an eModels builder, and he's already starting cooking for us.
Yes, he's taking all your lines, Ted.
Yeah, the great eModels build Bake Off.
Well, Osrec 9000 says next week we've got to do bench and fridge.
Fridge and bench and belly.
Yeah, what's in your fridge? Just open the door and let's have a look.
Yeah, egg cress and salad cream sandwiches. Now that, yeah.
Oh yeah, egg and cress.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to our new segment: bench, belly, fridge.
Steak pie in a butty. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Wait.
Rogers.
Fellow Northerners, steak and kidney pudding in a sandwich.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you can't call it a sandwich. You've got to have some strange name for it. Like
Butty. It'd be steak and kidney butty.
Butty.
Steak and kidney pud butt. No, not pud butt. That doesn't work. Steak and kidney pudding butty. Oh.
Oh, Lynn's going Dr. Pepper milk. Have you ever had rum and Dr. Pepper?
No, but we did try. I'll tell you one thing you should never do with Dr. Pepper is do a slow cooked gammon in Dr. Pepper. Because you know how it really works if you use Coke or a cola type of beverage. You put your gammon in the slow cooker in the Coca-Cola.
See,
and you don't do it with Dr. Pepper, it tastes like the wrong body part.
I'm about to make Sergeant Bones give the screen the look. I have been known to put Marmite on a steak.
I like the sound of that. I like the sound of this.
No, I'm not sure
What
about
you
that.
do is you just cut the diamonds on the top of the steak just before you're about to pull it out the oven. Just run some Marmite so it soaks in the lines. Just a tad. Oh, it's
Mm.
better, mate.
I'm having savoury, unsavoury thoughts here.
Yeah. I can now see Sarge looking at the monitor, drilling into me, going, "You are so wrong."
He's basically going like that. He's doing the Jackie Chan pose that I won't describe because that's the real word.
Hmm.
I've lost track of where we are. Now.
Yeah, my chat's just jumped a big chunk as well. So there we go.
On that note, then we'll take a break from Devil's Kitchen,
This is Devil's Kitchen.
and we'll go along and do a what's in store. This
Oh yes,
this week is presented to you by Foxx.
yes. Now I have to tell you, none of the guys could figure out what the theme was until Ted came along and said, "Bah, bah, bah, bah. Is it this?" And it was like, yeah. So Ted's smarter than all of us. But I'm dead proud that I managed to stump everybody.
Yeah. So I'm going to send James a text in the morning to send me a mug.
Yeah, I got the things. There you go. Right. So yes. Now Chris is going to do the glamorous hosting for me. Because of limitations, but it's going to be the standard thing where I'll go through all the things I've picked for what's in store. There is a theme, and there is sort of a red herring, There's sort of a red herring, kind of.
Could be a clue. That could be a clue. A red herring.
One of these things is not like the other, but there is a theme, and what we'll do is I'll go through all the items in store. When I've finished, and I come back and you see my pretty beautiful face, sort of, then I will say what is.
Could
the
be a
theme.
while.
Yeah, I will have to let it. It has to mature. It grows on you. It's a beard. Yeah, so I will say what is the theme go, and at that point, and not before, you can then try and guess what the theme is, and whoever gets the theme right first in chat will win a mug of happiness.
It might be a version 3 mug.
It might be, or it could be one with one of us on it. So don't answer before. This is why you need to be in chat, you see, if you're watching. Don't answer before, because we'll ignore and shame anyone that answers before. We'll just point and laugh at you and like that, and we'll shame you. So don't answer before. Now, of course, by this point, there's always a lag between the video and the chat. So before we do anything, I need you to hit the refresh button and drag the slider to make sure you've got a little gap between the chat and the video. So refresh and drag. Do that. And remember, it's this chat here. Whoever's first on this chat here, as it appears right here, you may be first on your screen, but that doesn't matter because that's not the real internet. This is the actual chat. So it's whoever's first up on this chat here. There, that's who we're looking for.
Phil Lewis says, "Can I have a backward mugs like yours, Fox?"
Yes, I shall send it through an alternative. Have you seen this? It's a miracle, isn't it? It's a misprint. Obviously, the mug.
It's witchcraft and tomfoolery, mate.
Yeah, it was to save on the expense. Pete just sends us the misprinted one. It's like broken biscuits. Anyway, I shall lock it on Christopher because he's actually doing all the pictures for me.
I'm not. I'm ready to click the button when you say you want to start.
You may click the button now if you would, my dear.
Button pressing now, sir.
Yes, my glamorous assistant.
Change. You've got to say click.
Yeah, I've got to make the next slide, please. So anyway, yes. So today we are starting off with the. I can't see it because there's a camera in the way. The Tamiya 1/6 scale Honda Monkey 40th anniversary. Now these little bikes in real life are the absolute bane of council estates because they're always piloted by absolute scrouts. But technically, they are lovely little things. They're kind of adorable. They're like little miniature bikes, and it is a shame that they got kind of commandeered by the scroats and the scruffs. But they are kind of awesome. They've been around for a long time. And they're kind of legendary. And as you know, Tamiya have their reputation for their motorbike kits is legendary. They're one of the big motorbike manufacturers. So it's only fair that they do a little monkey bike kit. And as you can see there, it's got lots of little details. It's 1/6 scale, so it's almost a monkey bike in itself. It's like a monkey bike for really small children. Not that you would get a child on there. Have we got any information on this? If you'd scroll down for me, Christopher.
More information. No.
Just history.
There's less information on the details. There's more information.
Yeah. So yeah, December 2006 marks the 40th anniversary of this little bike. This was the first one. It's a leisure bike category pioneer with its compact size and unique, adorable looks. Because of course it's Japan, and the Japanese do everything tiny because they're limited space. Although this does tickle me that Japan, you get like the little micro trucks and the K vehicles and things like that because they're limited space, but their islands are bigger than ours. So there you go. Blows your mind.
I'm lacking in their maths there. They say it made its debut in 1967.
Good year that was, mate.
Yeah, 1967, December 2006 marked yeah, it's about 40 years. Anyway, so that's the first one. Is the, if you could scroll up so I can see it. Menu discipline. Tamiya wants
do it yourself if you're complaining.
This is the difficulty with having somebody else host it.
He's so OCD.
It's the Tamiya 1/6 scale Honda Monkey 40th anniversary. There you go. So that's a fun little kit, and like I say, it's going to be a Tamiya bike. It's going to be fantastic quality. So pick one up. It's just silly nonsense. You can't go wrong. Next slide, please. You have to make the slide noise.
No,
Next, we have the Italeri 148th. Keep that number in your mind. 148th scale Sikorsky H34G UH34J Seahorse USN German SAR. Wow. Grey square.
Don't know what it is.
I think it's a fine mesh. So yes, it's a 148th scale. Big, massive Seahorse helicopter. If you watch this show regularly, you'll know that we're all terrified by helicopter kits, absolutely to the white knuckle territory, because they scare the living poop out of me. I have no concept of helicopter kits.
Photo etch.
But this has photo etch, has a billion decals. It's 148 scale, and it's 29 quid. You're gonna have fun with it. It's gonna be huge. And it's going to look awesome. And I like the idea of putting a little tiny blue tint on the windscreen. That looks kind of cool. It doesn't look like it has a massive load of sprues, but that may just be a few of the sprues and not all of the sprues. Do we have any information in the blurb?
Yes.
Yes, we do. There you go. Go and read the blurb. Yeah, technical difficulties mean that Chris has to do the presenting and I have to do the talking. So it's a helicopter. It's massive. It's 30 quid. What's not to like? It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So thank you very much, Christopher. That's the Italia 148th Sikorsky Seahorse USN German SAR Search and Rescue. I assume that stands for. Because I'm dead clever. Next slide, please.
Item 3.
Item 3. Item 3. You remember what happens with item 3? You have to buy this. Is the one you got to buy. Yes, this is the Revell X-Ray Tarantula Spider.
This is the one that I'm strongly considering to be my next eModels build.
I don't think it's actually a build. I think it's already built. I don't think you actually build
it. I don't know.
I think it's pre-assembled, but it's kind of cool.
It'll be quick then.
It'll be slightly assemblable. It'll be utterly repaintable. It's an enormous big spid, basically. It's a see-through one. They're getting into the Lindbergh style of having educational models. Where this one, you see the inner workings of T-Spider. Now, somebody was saying earlier on, it's like, why are you doing pictures of things that are terrifying? And I have to say, I hate spiders, but I have actually had more than one tarantula on my hand. And you know what? Tarantulas are awesome. Even though I'm afraid of spiders and I hate them, and I'll burn them with a flamethrower every time.
It has been mentioned in the chat that I might not be doing the spider.
Yeah. Don't even think about this. Yes, Mrs. Chris might not.
Look at the size of that.
I know. But yeah, you could repaint that. You can have fun with that. It's got all the bit. You can make it look kind of awesome. Have great fun with it, and it's huge. You could remote control. No, you couldn't remote control it. You could give it like laser eyes. But yeah, silly little thing. It's my what's in store. You know, there's going to be some goofiness. So it's huge. It's utterly repaintable. It's not a kit really. It's like you've got a couple of assembly bits. It's more just an educational tool, but you can have some fun with that. So yes, it's the Revell.
Michael Jackson says, "No, this creepy spider. He hates those."
Yeah, but tarantulas. I've had one in my hand, and they are kind of actually awesome. It's big. It was a big silver thing. It was like shiny metal silver with orange knees. It was an orange knee tarantula, strangely, and it was so lightweight. It was like the tiniest touch on my hand, and it was like, wow, that's awesome.
It looks lovely and fur. Look at the fangs on that. Look.
Yeah,
fangs on it. It says half a horse has been superseded.
Yeah,
yes. Now we've got half a spider.
And it looks just like that one that's behind you.
Yeah. Ooh. So yes, that is the Revell X-Ray Tarantula Spider for $36.99. Silly good fun and educational. Next slide, please, if you would, Christopher. Next up, it's a paint. Not much we can say on this one. It's Tamiya TS41 Coral Blue. It's a lovely, lovely colour. It's actually a really pretty colour. And it's one of their TS cans. If you don't have an airbrush and you want to get some nice smooth paint jobs, then you do depend a lot on things like rattle cans. Of course, make sure you use them outside, not inside. Never use rattle cans indoors. But of the rattle can paints you can get, the Tamiya range, the AS and the TS are some of the best ones. They're lacquers. They go on like a dream. They're really, really nice, bold and opaque colours, and you can't go wrong. You get a beautiful finish. As long as you're careful, you've got a beautiful finish every time, and some of the colours are fantastic. Now, if I remember correctly, the two ranges, AS and TS. AS is something, and TS is, I think one of them is like Air Force, like plain World War II aircraft colours, and that might be aircraft. And TS
somebody was asking about the TS range last week, weren't they? I'm sure they were asking about this range of paints last week and whether they had them in stock.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the only, if you're not sure about the paints themselves, like AS and TS, the entire difference between the AS and TS range is the colours. Like one is airplanes and one is like something else.
Tanks.
It's not a different type of paint. It's just a different colour range, like game colour, army, whatever. They have different. It's all the same paints. It's just like one is for planes, but you can use them for whatever you want. And I think that's a lovely colour. So there you go. Tamiya TS41 Coral Blue.
It was James Chapman was asking about the MS range.
Yes, again, I think there'll be same lacquer paints, just a different set of colours. And James, I don't know if we said to you last week, give the guys at eModels a shout. If they've not got them in stock, they can get them. They are the UK's largest Tamiya supplier, so they can get them. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, they're just mini sprays, aren't they? They're the smaller variant of the TS.
Yeah, TS and AS. They're just like slightly smaller ones, but they can definitely get them for you, I would suspect. Michael Jacobin says, looks like the colour of my third car. It's a really nice colour. That it caught my eye because for a number of reasons, it caught my eye, obviously, but the colour is really nice.
See, I'd have called it more green than blue, but
you're just a heathen and a heretic. You're the kind of person that benefits from my science fact at the start of every show. So that's the Tamiya Coral Blue. Next slide, if you would, please, Christopher.
I was coming and said,
I've accidentally gone the wrong way and shown the spoiler again.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, making models, Carl has just mentioned that it's clearing up. X is gloss paint, XF is flat paint, AS aircraft sprays, TS Tamiya sprays, PC polycarbonate, PS poly spray.
Yep. If you don't know what the PCs are, the PC paints are flexible paints for the interior shells of remote control Tamiya cars because they're flexible. Or is that the PC? Could be the PS or one of the two. Yes, next we have, thank you for that, Carl. Next we have the Wingnut Wings at 132nd stop with 5F1 Dolphin. Yes, now we've talked about the Wingnut Wings kits before. We always get confused as to whether they're actually related in any way to Weta Workshop and whatever his name is, the bloke that makes
we keep being told that they are.
Yeah, they are. It's a spin-off company of, not Daniel Jackson, that's Stargate. What's his, Peter Jackson. Yes, it's with the input of one of his companies, basically. They are, by all accounts, fantastically wonderful kits, very accurate, very great fun to build, very detailed. And of course, it's a sock with camel. You can't go wrong with a sock with camel. We've all built one. Anybody who's ever built a model kits as a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s, at some point we've all built a sock with camel. Kind of legendary.
Is it a sock with camel or is it a dolphin? Are they different?
Well, it's not a sock with camel, no. It's a sock with dolphin. But they're kind of...
They're basically the same, but slightly different.
But more importantly, anyway, because ignore all that, ignore my error, take the focus off me for a second, it does have a shark mouth.
Exactly.
Which is buys it. Exactly, which makes whatever it is correct.
It's a bit like the Huey starting on Saturday. Got a shark mouth.
Yeah, if he's got a shark mouth, it's perfect. There you go. Shark mouth makes everything better. It's got
tiny
decals. Yeah, it's got some tiny decals. It's got little bits of photo etch. Wingnut kits are exceptionally good quality-wise. And it's a proper prestige kit. So if you're getting a bit of an inkling or a jonesing for a biplaneous type of vehicle, give it a try. It looks like a bit more bulky and heavy and hefty than
even the engine has 18 parts to it. So, yeah. So give that one a whirl. So that is if you would scroll up a little bit for me, please. 135th stop with Dolphin.
Up a little bit if you would. Yes, it is these Wingnut Wings 132nd stop with 5F1 Dolphin. There you go. So give that one a go. 71 quid. It's a premium kit. It's a proper treat yourself special treat kit, that one. And it'd be more than worth it. And it's 132nd, so it'd be huge.
Oh.
Next slide, please, if you would.
Oh, sorry. I don't
It's
know
weird not actually have... No, that's the last slide. Oh, we went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Gemma's like, you're making me too
I'm hearing
now.
noises from downstairs. It's quite strange.
Yeah, you're getting told off now. Next up, we have the Italeri 172nd F21A Lion Kafir C1 1397. I don't do planes, and I can't see the insignia on it because there's a camera in the way.
It's Swedish.
It's a plane.
I think it has several options.
Yeah, there are colours and decals.
Israeli, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it's Israeli, actually, now you mentioned it. Yes, it is. So, Scott Sutherland, if you're watching this, Scott in Orkney, it's not a tank, but if you've stuck some tracks on it, it'd be IDF. There you go. It's near enough.
Super decal sheet for 3 versions, it says on there.
Yes. Italeri do this. They do a kit with, they give you 3 different
Super
versions.
decal sheet for 3 versions, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little kit. It's only 1/72 scale, so it's not a big, massive plane. But it's these kind of kits are great for little weekend projects. 15 quid, you can't go wrong. Bit of fun, especially if you say, you're getting into doing slight weathering, because it's an older plane. It's the kind of plane that will benefit from a little tiny bit of weathering, but not it's not like a Russian tank. You're not going to be doing paint chips and bits hanging off. But it's going to have a little bit of wear and tear. So it's a good little test bed. And at 15 quid, you can't really go wrong. So that's the Italeri 172nd F21A Lion Kafir C1 fighty shooty plane with the I don't know planes. Next slide, please. And I've got another plane. Darn it, I forgot I had 2 planes. Okay, so we have the Hasegawa 172nd Shenyang J15 Flying Shark. Now I do know because I read up on this one.
Because there's no information on it and no other pictures. So
yes, this is it's obviously Chinese Air Force. And apparently it's terrible. Apparently it's not very good. It's a complete how can I put this politely? It's incredibly similar to a flanker, and they didn't necessarily have permission to copy the flanker, apparently. And apparently it's not very reliable and keeps falling over and off. It's an aircraft carrier launched plane. It's not actually very good. It keeps falling over and breaking. But it looks very nice. Looks very nice. But it's let's say a bit bootleg.
Is it like an homage?
It's like
a copy.
It's a bootleg. It's a bootleg. It's a bootleg. It's a bootleg from a flanker, and it's apparently not very good. But it looks really nice, and it's got a shark on the back, which is almost as good as a shark mouth. See, they didn't put a shark mouth on the front though. Yeah. Chance missed, China. You had the chance and you missed it. Can't go back now. It's too late. Putting a shark on the back doesn't improve anything. Putting a shark mouth on the front makes it 1 billion times better. No, missed it. So anyway, yes, there you go. That's all the stuff what's in store. Remember, we don't know how many of these they have in stock. They might have 1. They might have 1,000. Pete might have got a bit crazy and ordered 100 of them. You never know. But we don't know. So if any of these tickle your fancy, don't hang around. Ted, what do you need to do?
Slap it in your basket.
Yeah, and then when it's in the basket, don't forget, of course, it's not yours till you've paid for it. So I just said what I was going to get Ted to say, so there's no point me getting Ted to...
You're stealing my words.
Everyone's stealing words tonight.
Stealing the words.
It's not yours till you check it out.
Yes, so if you do fancy one, don't leave it in your basket to the end of the show. If they've got one in stock and you put it in your basket and somebody else comes along and actually gives Pete Mate the money first, it goes to them. Pete loves you, but it'll take somebody else's money quite fast. So, yeah, get it in your basket, get it checked out if you fancy any of those. I'll do a quick recap so you can try and figure out what the theme might be. So if you would quickly whiz back to the first one for me, Christopher.
Don't forget, we haven't said go yet. We've got to wait.
Don't be answering. So we have the Tamiya 1/6 Honda Monkey 40th anniversary. And then we have the Italeri 148 Sikorsky H34G/UH-34J Seahorse USN/German SAR. There you go, next one. And don't overthink this one. We have the Revell X-Ray Tarantula Spider. We have the Tamiya 100mm TS41 Coral Blue Rattle Can Spray. We have the Wingnut Wings 132nd stop with 5F.1. That's a 5. Is that like a 5.1 release? Did they update it or something? Dolphin. And we have the Italeri 172nd F21A Lion/KFIRC1. And last but not, wait, is the last, we have the totally stolen Hasegawa 172nd Shenyang JS15 bootleg Flying Shark. Yes, I mean bootleg as in the real plane, not the model kit, obviously. Let's just make that clear. It
can't be very good for flying an aircraft that doesn't fly, especially if you're flying it off an aircraft carrier. You drop off and get run over by the ship.
No guessing yet. Stop guessing.
No, don't guess yet.
No guessing yet. He's not back.
Yeah. So so apparently it does tend to fall off the aircraft carrier and burst into flames and explode. So there you go. Anyway, I shall come off from Chris. Thank you very much, and I shall say, what is the theme? Go.
Ooh.
Like I did that then with the ITV phone in.
We thought you'd frozen actually. I thought you'd
yeah, I thought you might do that. I shall.
Oh dear.
Oh, I shall give it. There we go. I'll give it to Gaz Vickers.
Yeah.
He says sea creatures, animals and sea creatures. Yes, it was things that live in the sea, animals and sea creatures. So sea creatures.
Yeah, I can remember just came in a little bit earlier there with living creatures.
Yeah,
So-
but it was actually things that live in the sea. If you got the exact wording, or sea creatures will do. So Gaz Vickers, well done. I'll go through and explain it because some people might not be sure. So Chris, you can go back again.
I shall. I haven't lost it. I thought you might, so I didn't delete it. So I shall.
Things that
reopen
live in the things that live in the sea.
That one there. There we go. Let's go to the beginning.
Let's go from the back. So first of all, we have the Tamiya 16 Honda Monkey Sea Monkey. Get it? Sea Monkey. There's a red herring because sea monkeys aren't actually a real thing, but they are. They're brine shrimp, but there's no such thing as an actual sea monkey. But sea monkey. And then we have next up the Sikorsky Seahorse. That's kind of obvious. Next up we have the tarantula, and you might be stuck on this one. Sea spider.
I was thinking Ray.
Nah, sea spiders are awesome. Go and look up when you finish watching this. Go onto YouTube and look up sea spiders. They're awesome. They're just all It's all legs, and they're brilliant, and they can be up 2 feet wide, and they're fantastic, and they've got a rude name.
Oh,
But
I thought you were being extra clever and putting it as a Ray.
No. You see, I didn't even see. I didn't think of that one. But no, sea spiders. Go and look up sea spiders. They're fantastic things. They're fascinating. Next up, we have obviously coral. Coral is a living organism. It's not a rock. It's an actual organism related to tube worms. They're filter feeders. So corals are living things, unless we've destroyed them all. Next up, we have the dolphin. Kind of obvious. And then next up is the lion, sea lion. I'm not being allowed to do this again, am I? I can see this.
I'm welling up. It's my proudest moment.
I was so like the guys couldn't guess it, and then Ted's like things that live in the sea.
Yeah, I think you and I must have the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's quite worrying.
I have a very small wavelength, So well done, guys. Vickers, you got that right. So send an email. The address is up at the top of the screen there, ted@emodels.co.uk. Just send an email saying that you've won a mug. And we'll get the guys to send you a forward that on and get the guys to send you a mug. So well done.
Snowman and Mark Scopes both say it's also the spider crab.
Yeah, you could do that. But I was thinking of sea spiders. When you finish watching this, go and look up sea spiders. They are awesome. It's fantastic. Sea spiders. An isopod. Look up isopods. Oh. An octopus. Octopus are brilliant. Everything that lives in the sea is brilliant, apart from... No, everything that lives in the sea is brilliant. There you go. What's next?
I can't stand eels. When I used to go fishing, if I caught an eel, it was horrible. I just can't stand eels.
It's cool.
Everything else, fine, but just eels.
I mean, the only thing I wouldn't want to catch is a hagfish. I wouldn't want to catch one of them. Oh, that'd be a bad idea.
Mm.
That'd be something you live to regret.
Yeah. No. Right, well, we're nearly getting towards the end of the evening, so is there something else to do now?
We've got a couple of more things to do, apparently.
Yeah. I can't do it again. I've done them all now, but I'm going to have to do them again, aren't I?
Yep.
It's me again. Sorry, folks. You're getting me. Right, this time I will do the screen sharing. Now, first of all, before we do anything, we have a little bit of an announcement. Following on from an announcement that was made previously as an announcement. And that is, very quickly, that from next week, I think, before I say this out loud, let me just double check, because I can't find it now. Yes, from next week, you will be able to purchase the Warhammers.
Oh, they're in stock.
Yes, Pete Mate says they're taking on a massive range: paints, tools, and kits. Ooh, schoolgirl laugh. So yes, from next week, keep your eye on in store. From next week, you'll be able to pick up your Warhammery goodness.
Yeah, I can imagine queues outside the eModel store from next week.
Yes. So basically, once Ted's finished that little digger thing, Beyblade. Yeah, I like that. So yes, so from next week you can pick up your Warhammery goodness. Yay! I can use Citadel paints and eModels builds. Get in. Right. So anyway, yes. Other than that, though, it is time to show you some things that you can win for your very self. You can win this goodness. So let me lock it on me again, and I shall do a screen sharing now, if I can remember how without breaking everything.
Oh dear.
And I shall do this, and I shall do a bit of that, and I shall do one of them. Right, there we go. So, screen share time. We were going to have one thing to give away tonight, but P-Mate's watching, so now we've got two things to give away. Woohoo! First thing we're going to give away is the Moskvich 401-420A Soviet passenger car from ICM. If you remember, we've featured quite a few ICM kits before. They do specialise in things like figures and some of the more niche kits. Polycaps!
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. They do specialise in some more niche kits, and they put a lot of effort into the detail and the manufacturer, and they are really nice kits. They're never massively expensive, but they are really, really nice little builds. And it's an old car. Look at that. It's completely stolen ideas off probably an American car of some sort.
Now, coming back to what I said before about Mad Max, you could Mad Max that, couldn't you?
Oh yeah. If you look at a lot of the Mad Max vehicles, they're all vintage cars like that. So now, of course, it was a Russian vehicle, so it was probably in real life absolutely terrible.
It's built out of iron.
It's all tractor parts and stuff.
Yeah, tractor parts.
Yeah, so there will be nothing wrong at all with getting this and weathering the living carp out of it, because trust me, it would have lasted about 5 minutes in real life. But I like those old style. It reminds me, I'm getting flashbacks to like Tintin, and some of the cars used to be in Tintin in the 50s and 40s were like that. So nice little car.
It's got centre opening doors, so the doors open one forward, one back. Yeah,
suicide doors. Apparently, I think it's Cadillac in the US have just released a car that's now going to have suicide doors on it again. I don't know really if that's a good idea or not. Maybe
it's like the Rolls Royces, isn't it?
Yep, with the proper suicide doors
on them.
Yeah. Now, I have noticed a trend with model kits to show you CGI renders of the vehicles. I don't know if you can actually do it with the roof down. Maybe you can. That'd be interesting if you get the option. But it doesn't give you that information. It's like a Morris Minor that crossed with a 2CV.
Yeah, sometimes with the roofs. I mean, I've got it with my Samba bus where they give you the rolled back or the closed version, so you get the options. It could be that.
But if it doesn't, you could easily make. I'll let you into the secret. You could easily make your own rolled up roof with some tissue, some very good quality, say, blowy nose tissue. Make a roll up thing to look like canvas.
I'm probably thinking with the interior like that. Yeah, they probably do have an option of a rollback roof.
Yeah, with all those details. So that is the whatever it was called. I've lost the box art now. The 135th Moskvich 401-420A Soviet passenger car. You could build it on its own, or you could make it part of a diorama if you've got some 135th scale military goodness to put with it. And you can win that. How can you win this? Dead simple. When this show is finished, give it 5 or 10 minutes. It'll just be a normal video on the eModels YouTube channel. Just come and find tonight's show when it's a normal video and put a comment on the video. And what should we do for a comment, guys? What do you think?
It's got to be Russian, isn't it?
It's got to be a Russian joke this week.
Yeah, do a proper "in Mother Russia" type comment.
Yes.
Like, in Mother Russia, soft top drives you. That doesn't really work. Car drives you. Make a "in Mother Russia" comment. Keep it family friendly, because we're going to have to read some of these out, so keep it family friendly. And what we'll do is next Monday we will come along and we'll pick a winner for this particular model kit. So for this one, if you want to win this, make a comment about Mother Russia. However, we don't just have this one thing to give away. We have two things to give away because we're also giving away this.
Oh,
Hey,
This is new in, and apparently it's selling like hotcakes out the window. Pete Mate says it's the new 172nd RNLI 7 class lifeboat. He said, and his exact words were somewhere. As Ted works on a boat, you can give away this. Oh, okay, just in from Airfix and selling fast. And then he says, "I did." I don't know what he's referring to.
maybe it's in my Twitter feed this week.
It could be. So yes, it's the FX 172nd RNLI 7 class lifeboat. I like small boats, and I cannot lie.
Yeah.
Let's have a look
7
and
class
see.
lifeboat, nice lifeboats. These, yeah, totally offshore. Well, most lifeboats are offshore, but yeah,
That's just my brain's going. Wait a minute.
totally out of this world. A fantastic boat. Nice models to make because you can really get them nice and shiny. You'll never see a lifeboat weathered up, unfortunately.
Chris would like this because it's bright orange.
it is quite orange, yeah. I'll give
You'd
you
be
that.
grumpy about the blue and red bit, though, wouldn't you?
But yeah, great kits, and I think this is new tooling from Airfix as well.
Yes,
I know
it's just in apparently.
they've had the 7 class lifeboat on the books for quite a long time.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if some of the proceeds for this one as well do go to the RLNI. I don't mean directly from eModels, but I mean from.
Yes, it says here. It says
Airfix.
it says full detail on the outside deck. Hull and fittings are included. By removing the cabin roof, a fully detailed interior can be viewed. I like that. The decal scheme will allow any one of the current operational RNLI 7 class lifeboats to be modelled, and a minimum of £1.25 from the sale of this kit will be paid in support of the RNLI. None of the money will go towards the inshore RNLI service, though.
No, it's all the
Because,
offshore stuff.
Yeah, they don't really need boats for that. They just come and like pick you up. Sorry, Ted.
Yeah.
But yes, it's got lots of bits and bobs, and they do give a little bit of money towards the lifeboats. Of course, not for this one, because you're going to get this free. You're going to win this. So if you would like to win this, it looks really cool. You can see how big it's going to be by the little dude stood on the back. Keep in mind it's 172nd. If you'd like to win this, you could Warhammer it up if you wanted to. Just saying. If you'd like to win this, again, like you did with the other one, all you need to do is wait till this show is a video in about 10 or 15 minutes after it's finished and put a comment on. And what shall they make the comment about for this one then, fellas?
We did sailors last week, didn't we?
Yeah, and you can't really do amusing comments about lifeboats. It's not exactly a rich for comedy vein. So, how about a comment about orange?
How about name for it?
Oh yeah, a name for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, should they be releasing another 7 class lifeboat into the RNLI fleet? What would you call it?
Yeah, go into like Eddie Stobart truck naming mode, and come up with a name for the next lifeboat. So there you go.
Yes.
And how many people are going to say Lifey McLifeboat?
Yeah. We might just actually ban that comment and exclude it. No, we won't really. So you can win two things. So you can win the Moscovich, the 135th Moscovich 401420A. Put a comment down about Mother Russia. Mother Russia. In Mother Russia, competition wins you. And if you want to win the lifeboat, then put a comment down with a menu discipline. Put a comment down with your suggested name for the next 7 class lifeboat. If you want, you can answer. I'll start that again. You can enter for both. However, please make sure you do 2 separate comments. And like last time when we had 2 prizes, what we'll do is we'll pull the first comment, and that will decide which prize we give away. If it's a lifeboat comment, we'll give the lifeboat. If it's the car, we'll do the car. And then we'll keep drawing winners then until we pick the next one that can then win the next prize. And you can't win both. You can win one or the other. So you can enter for both, 2 separate comments, but you can win one or the other. And we'll do that next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that. So I shall unscreen share. I shall minimize that, and I shall unlock off me. So good luck, everybody. Remember, give it 10 or 15 minutes after the show stops. Stick your comment on about Mother Russia or lifeboat names, and good luck for next week.
No,
Yeah.
well done.
And thank you, Pete, for the extra prize. We love you.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I said when he said they'll do this prize, I said, we've already got one. He's like, I knew that. That's how lovely he is. That's how awesome he is.
Yeah, well, that's the benefit of coming into the eModels live stream. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
we could have actually given a prize away right on the stream, but we'll wait till next week. But thanks
I'm
very
just
much.
going to do a quick refresh because you're looking a bit ropey. Give me 1 second, fellas.
Yeah, we've been here too long now. That's why we're looking.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yes.
There we go. You're back
Yeah,
to normal.
not looking ropey because of the camera or the systems or anything. It's just because we're old and tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally look this ropey.
Right, yeah. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up for this evening. We've got to that time again when it's time for Ted's bedtime. Was just going through the chat while we've been sort of giving things away. Yeah.
Yeah, what's been happening in chat?
Yeah, what's been happening in chat? This was Airfix's first model of the new era, says Zadster.
Somebody says that something is out of stock, but I don't know what. But it might be, if it was something we're showing what's in store, maybe people have already bought it. Like I say, we don't know how many are in store, you see.
We don't usually load them up till just before we go on air, so that we do know it's live about an hour and a half ago.
Because the thing is, if something's out of stock, it doesn't appear at all, so we couldn't select it. So.
James keeps telling us that we do the what's in store, and they come in the morning, and some of the things are sat in the out tray waiting to be dispatched.
Yep.
The golden rule with what's in store: you snooze, you lose.
Yeah. Right, so we go down.
Osric says Telford soon. Yeah, it's only 2 or 3 weeks away from that.
Yeah, it's not far away now. That's coming up. I still haven't decided whether I'm going for 2 days or 1 day, or which of the 2 days I'll be going. Maybe the Sunday, but yet to be decided.
I think I've decided as well. You know, like my next eModels build is going to be the Millennium Falcon. I might see if when I've done that I can do a Baneblade. That'd be cool.
It could do a Beyblade in between it because it'd be such a big.
You know what'll happen now, though? Pete will say you can only do that if you get Skype.
Oh, well, they say that now. You just said that.
Now sitting there going, cheers, Cole.
Yeah, he's going to send you the box. He's sending you the model, but he's keeping the instructions, and he's just going to Skype them to you.
Yeah, Pete's there now going, I don't know who that Colin bloke is, but I like him.
Right, yeah. Just written down. A lot of people talking about themselves. Anders Ericsson said he's coming to Telford. Look forward to seeing you if you're there. Max Gup says, thanks, guys. Excellent show. They just keep getting better. Well, we try our best. Yeah.
So I'm having some real audio troubles tonight. I do apologise.
Yeah, but I think that's about all till next week. Next week we're going to be an hour.
No, we're not. No, next week's normal.
Yeah, I'm glad that was Ted that got that wrong and not me.
No, where is it? We're having it.
Yeah, no.
Next weekend. Yeah, you're right. Yep, this coming weekend the clocks go
back. Yeah, back. So we'll be an hour.
So we get an extra hour in bed. So we're on an hour later technically, but yeah.
So, but it doesn't set you what your clocks. We're an hour later. How do you not know anyway? You have a profession and
they go back. I just said they go back. So you get an extra hour in bed.
You're a horologist. You should know everything about time.
I am a master of time. Yes.
Yeah, you and Stephen Hawking are the two people I go to any discussion about the nature of time and space.
Yeah. So next week will be an hour different.
Yeah, the UK clocks change. Next Sunday, this Sunday coming, early in the morning, 2 o'clock becomes 1 o'clock.
Actually, technically, depending on where you are in the world, we'll either be an hour ahead or an hour behind. So technically, we'll be in superposition because we're both behind
and in front
and ahead
and at the same time.
Yes. So we'll be Schrodinger's clock.
Schrodinger's model makers. Yeah.
We'll put a clock in a box, and then we won't know what time. We'll all get into a box, and then it'll be both ahead and behind at the same time.
I'm not getting in the same box as you.
Yeah, I might have to work on that a little bit. Maybe divide it into little segments. Physics jokes. Sorry.
Next week it will be Greenwich Mean Time.
Yes.
Yeah. But
all of us that do live streams have got to change all our video headers now because it says GMT, not BST.
Next week's live stream will be presented by Letter O's.
Letter O's. How many handles?
3
4 handles.
Right. Until next week then. Thank you very much, Pete, for the 2 giveaways this week.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Cheers.
We'll see you all again next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next week. So, goodbye.
Adios, amoebas.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.